Ah, hello, it's me, Chastity. I'm going to refer to myself as Chastity from now on my YouTube channel. It feels awkward, but it's the name I've chosen. And I have a few things to say. Now it's weird because, it's a little bit past 2 in the morning. I got home not long ago, and I had a fairly good day. Or night, as we would call it, because I work the night shift. But what I'm about to talk about isn't actually about anything at work. It was about what happened this morning before work. Okay, so a person that I know who's sometimes my friend and at sometimes my enemy as well. We've had our disputes. Messaged me. Apparently, somebody messaged her about abortion and rape and all this thing. Basically, this friend believes in the rape exception, and I don't mean to get too deep into this, and I don't intend to reveal anybody's names here. But this person tried to start an argument with her about what does rape have to do with taking an innocent baby's life. And so this person I know was getting upset with them. And then they were kind of messaging me and were saying that they didn't want to get into it with me because I probably agree with this person who's, you know what I'm saying. A lot of pro-life people don't agree with the rape exception. There are many people who believe to varying degrees about when abortion should be legal or illegal. Some believe in the case of rape, the woman should be allowed to abort legally, but not other times. Some believe they should be allowed to abort in the case of a serious life-threatening condition where the only way to save their life is to abort the baby. And that's another type. And some don't believe in any exceptions, which is of course strange because obviously that I don't want to get into it. See, let me explain something. I've moved away from the abortion debate. At this point in my life, I have moved away from the abortion debate because it's too emotional for me. But when this person messaged me, they said a few things that were not so kind. At least I didn't take it so kindly. And, basically, insinuating that people, it's misogynistic to say that a woman should have to go through a pregnancy that she conceived through rape. And no, I don't think it's misogynistic. I think it's an opinion, and whether the opinion is right or not is not the point. But I would just like to remind her, and the whole world really, to remember who the real enemy is. The real enemy are the rapists who are getting these women pregnant who don't want to be. It is certainly not a person like me who is a virgin, who has vowed celibacy, and who does not even vote. I don't even vote in politics. I have never gotten a woman pregnant. I've never had sexual intercourse. I am not the cause of any problem. So just remember that my opinion, whether or not I think abortion should be illegal or legal, or whether it should be allowed or disallowed in certain cases, it remains my opinion, and that's all it is. But know this, because I have this opinion, and because I am pro-life, and because I disapprove of murder in all its forms, much good has come out of this. It is only because I was pro-life that I became a vegan. Because, briefly, the history of this, it's important to know. I got, when I was in my early 20s, I got some things in the mail criticizing Todd Aiken. And people remember the Todd Aiken controversy, and he was against the rape exception, and he thought that there needs to be punishments for the rapist, but don't attack the child, and that's basically what he said. And people acted like he was just horrible. He was the most evil person ever. And so, but the thing is, I happened to agree with what he said, and I shared my opinion on Facebook, and then people thought I was the most evil person ever, because I happen to agree. And personally, my opinion is that if somebody's gonna be killed, if somebody's gonna receive the death penalty, better the rapist than the child who's innocent. That's my opinion on the matter, and that's what it is. And my opinion is not going to change just because somebody Facebook messages me. But it's just important to know that a person can be against murder. And I came to a conclusion. And the original reason I vowed celibacy for life, aside from the fact that I was never interested in such matters anyway, as sex, was I realized that there were enough children who needed to be adopted, and that people were producing these children, and I found out about abortion and that they were killing them, and my opinion was the ultimate solution was for everybody to quit having sex. The ultimate solution. Celibacy is the ultimate solution. And I'm not the first person who's thought of that either. Basically everybody quits having sex, they quit producing children, that way they don't kill them, and they adopt the ones who are already here. I've even thought about maybe the day will come where I'll adopt some child. But regardless, my opinion is that in all cases, pregnancy should be avoided. It should be avoided. And in fact, I'm more consistent with this than the Christians who are preaching the celibacy till marriage, because I'm basically saying I'm going to be celibate forever. That's my commitment, my vow of celibacy. And that's why I named myself Chastity. And when I became vegan, it was also because, I want the human race to stop existing so they can't hurt animals. Because, see, when people reproduce, then those children, they make their choices in life. They do what they'll do, and they will do horrible things. They will do things. Yes, you could produce a child, and they could grow up to be the next rapist that gets women pregnant and has them have abortions. And they can be a carnist and kill animals for their taste buds' pleasure. So that's the conclusion I came to, is that I don't want to risk procreating any humans. So basically that's it, is that I do my best to live a life where I reduce harm as much as possible. You know what I mean? That's why I try to be, I'm a vegan, and I try to consider the products I buy, For example, I don't eat animal products, and for example, I bought the body wash, that's not tested on animals. It's a Palmer's cocoa butter thing I bought. I even posted on Instagram. But in everyday life choices, the decision of which products I buy, and my decision to remain celibate forever, these are all things that are consistent with what I believe, my views on these things, and my views on abortion, and also the equality of the other animals and not killing them, just like not killing the unborn babies. It all fits together in one big package. But this person said something else to me. Basically, I don't remember the exact words, but basically the idea was that I would reconsider if I was a female that was raped and had to bear a rapist child. So what this person's implying that if I had been born a woman and I had been raped and gotten pregnant from it, that then I would agree with the rape exception and that I would abort my child. Basically, that's kind of the way I took what they were saying. I could be wrong. They might not have meant that. But so let's just say that's true. Let's say that I had been born a woman and I had been raped and I had gotten pregnant. Now keep in mind, whether I did abort or whether I did not abort doesn't make it right. People do this to vegans. Carnists do this to vegans. They say, well, if you were stranded on a deserted island with only pigs, you would kill and eat them. People do this to vegans. They come up with these scenarios like, well, if you were in the right situation, you would kill this animal or you would kill this unborn baby. Let's say that's true. Let's say it's true that in a certain situation that I would abort. Let's say it was true in a certain situation that I would kill a pig or a chicken. Let's say that was true. That doesn't make it right. Just because somebody is desperate and they do something against their usual judgment does not discount their true feelings on the matter. And what it amounts to is that I, as a person, whether I'm a male or a female, biologically I'm male and I struggle with that, as some of you know, or if I had been born as a female, and let's say I had been raped and gotten pregnant, but the overall point is that I am who I am, a person who disapproves of violence, who disapproves of murder, and tries to avoid murder. That's what it comes down to. So don't try to pull these weird scenarios out of your ass about when I would kill an unborn baby or when I would kill some animal or eat meat in a certain situation. Come on. It's immature and it's not kind to say these things. And let me tell you something. I can be a very bold person at sometimes. My autism allows me to say things exactly how I feel without consideration of how others will perceive them. Because I don't have theory of mind. I really don't. I don't know how other people perceive my appearance. I don't know how they perceive my words. I really don't know. I do my best to communicate with people, and sometimes that's not good enough. But as bold as I am, and as open and public as I am about things, sometimes I share a lot of personal things about myself on my YouTube channel, and it can be quite embarrassing. In fact, I feel like some of my other friends are more embarrassed about the things I say than I am, because I'm not aware of how things are perceived by society. But let me tell you, I'm very emotional, and I'm very sensitive. And what this person was saying to me did kind of hurt my feelings. I don't like being told that my opinion is invalid just because I was born male. I do not like being told that my opinion doesn't count. Because let me tell you, when you do that and use my gender or biological sex against me to say that what I feel and the way I see things doesn't count, it hurts. It hurts bad. And to do that to me is no better than what men have done to women throughout society. Don't you realize that the fact that men have been so cruel to women over millennia, the violence they've done to them, the way they have disallowed them to have participate in society. You know, they wouldn't allow women to vote. They wouldn't allow women to work jobs and earn their own money. All kinds of things. Men have done horrible things to women. But to call me a misogynist, to say that I'm a woman hater, as many, many people do when they find out I'm pro-life, oh, to lump me with those men. In the words of Greta Thunberg, how dare you?